The gates and portals of the gods according to ancient texts. According to Homer's Iliad, although the heavenly channels the gods move with their flying chariots, according to Rhapsody E, verse 749 to 751, quote, the gates of the sky held by the hours, because in them there is entrusted the great sky and Olympus to open with thick cloud and to close, end quote. Regarding the case, the testimony of Theophilus Kairis about unidentified flying objects that he saw in April of 1822 in the area of Mount Olympus in Greece, which he recorded in his diary, is typical. Quote, we arrived at a place called Bursani, where we stayed the rest of the night. We also saw a strange fireball phenomenon, whose apparent diameter was as small as a speck. It split into two spheres, and the larger one was bright and bluish and very fast, and the smaller one was fiery, and it lasted for 3 seconds, end quote. Also, according to the book of Genesis, through the heavenly channels the gods come into contact with people. Genesis chapter 28, verse 10 to 19. Quote, Jacob left Beersheba and was on his way to Haran. When the sun was setting, he reached a place where he stayed for the night. He put a stone for his head and slept there. In his sleep at night he saw a ladder resting on the earth, and its top touching the sky. Angels of God were ascending and descending on the ladder, and the Lord stood over the ladder and said to him, I am the Lord, the God of your fathers Abraham and Isaac. This land in which you sleep I will give to you and your descendants. Your descendants will be as many as the grains of dust on the earth. You will expand west and east, north and south, and in your person and through your descendants all the nations of the earth will be blessed. I will be with you and guard you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I fulfill my promise, end quote. Jacob woke up frightened and said, truly the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. What an awesome place. Here is nothing but the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven, end quote. In the morning when he got up, he took the stone that he had as a headrest, set it up as a sacred column, and poured oil on top of it, and he called that place Bethel, house of God, whereas before it was called Luz, L-U-Z, end quote. Wherever there are temples, theaters, asclepias, pyramids, specific churches, sacred columns or stones and sacred caves, there are nodal points of the electromagnetic grid of the earth. The sanctuaries were built at nodal points of the earth's electromagnetic grid, the ley lines there, either after the contact of people with gods at such points, as in the case of Jacob, or after a suggestion from the oracles, as Aristotle mentions in the Politics, Book 7, paragraph 1331, which were also built in such places so that there could be communication with the gods. Regarding the existence of focal points in sacred caves, the reference of the evangelist John to the existence of a portal of time inside the cave of Patmos is typical. The revelation of John chapter 4 verse 1, quote, after these I saw a gate open in heaven, and a voice which I heard before sounding like a trumpet spoke to me and said, come up here that I may show you what will happen in the future, end quote. While with regard to the existence of focal points in specific churches, the following examples are typical. At the top of Taygetus pyramid near Sparta in Greece is a small church of the prophet Elijah, in which a luminous sphere appears around midnight between 10 and 1. At this point it should be noted that the gate of the portal of Taygetus, within which the immortality of the human body is achieved, is located inside the pyramid, and that Sparta means, Laconia means conical stone, las and equals stone and cone. Now, under the chapel of the prophet Elijah in the Mount Imitos near Athens, there is a chasm which in the past seemed to be illuminated. A small church of Saint Patapios in Genaria Mountains is built in a cave from where lights appeared. And also the Holy Mother Tripiti in Agios was built on the spot where a French sailor had seen a light come out of the earth at night when he was shipwrecked there. In the middle of the village of Petra in Lesvos, in Mytilene, is a huge rock on which is built a church of the Holy Mother of the stone, Petra. This small church is built on a hole that leads deep into the rock and was built there because at night a bright light appeared from the depth of the hole. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.